Basically, as I said before, these students have gone 11 and a half months to 150 classes. 3 times a week, those classes are 4 hours each. And if you total that up for 148 over 11 and a half months, that would be very close to 700 hours worth of classwork. On top of that, to graduate, these students have got to earn 308 additional hours. 150 of those are practice hours, what you learn and study in your class. You come back in here and practice in one or the other of our studios. The other 158 are internship hours, because they have to get an internship in order to graduate. An internship at a radio station, a TV station, a production house, some business outlet connected with media. That is a tremendous, I've always thought, sacrifice of time and effort. Because basically you are talking about students who work, they have significant others, they have what we all have, bills, problems, families, situations that they got to face in life, as we all do. And on top of that, they're coming from 11 and a half months for close to 700 hours, additional 308, and one of them has got them coming back for an internship somewhere at some station in the Chicago area. I think that is a major accomplishment, and we should applaud these students sitting to my left. The next step after this one is out into the great beyond, into the market of broadcasting. It is basically the packaging of yourself as a person of value, looking for jobs, finding jobs, and getting jobs in the world of today's media. And I would like to bring up now a gentleman who's going to be standing right with these students and helping them all the way. He is our Career Services Director, Don Clark, and he is the next important guy in the life of these students, because he is the guy with the leads, the job opportunities, and the know-how guy to get them connected. Don, come on up.
Can I come over and sit by her for a little bit? I always knew when they were in class. I always knew when they showed up. Everybody else was real quiet, and then all of a sudden, uh-oh, here comes Kenya. And right behind her is Barry going, how you doing? How you doing? I'm like, oh, he wants to be a voice guy. Great. We can get him something. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for helping them out. As Dave was talking about, it's a lot of work has been done with them, and a lot of work is done with you. Sacrificing as they go through the year, and everything now that they're going to be getting into. It is a fun experience. And every class that we have, I always get a little envious at this point, because they get to do what myself and Dave and Bill and everybody that's on the staff here got to do at one point. We got to go out into the big bad world of broadcasting and find work. And it can be trying at times, but the nice thing is you guys have everything covered. You've got the knowledge that you need to find that first job. You've had the patience. You've shown the patience already, some more than others, in going through the last couple of weeks and getting everything ready to go and getting prepared for it. And now you guys have had, today you actually got your first batch of job leads that are sitting in your email. So it becomes another part and another chapter of your career, and it gets better and better. And the best thing about it, and we were talking about it tonight before we came over, now you get to hear the stories, and you get to be a part of the stories. You get to be a part of a lot of history, which is really cool. That's one of the biggest parts of it. You get to be in this industry, we get to be a part of history. We're not just reporting history, we actually get to be a part of it. But you also get to be a part of some things that can go absolutely wrong. And 2 weeks later, they become one of the greatest stories you ever had. I started in a very small radio station in Wisconsin, a little town called Waupun, and I was there for about 5 years. And I picked up on everything I possibly could because I wanted to be a program director. My brother was in broadcasting, and I wanted to be a part of that. So when I left, I ended up leaving Wisconsin, and I ended up in New Haven, Connecticut, actually a little town called Meriden, just north of New Haven. And within 6 months of being there, I got to be the program director. They named me the program director for the station, which was phenomenal. I was so happy. I finally made it, I thought. And I got a little cocky. And I learned a very valuable lesson in being cocky. Don't be cocky. I was on the air one morning, and the way the studios were set up, you could see who was coming in the front door. And there's this guy standing out in the entryway, very casually dressed. And there was a deli downstairs. I thought Mark, the news guy, had ordered some sandwiches. And I'm like, cool, we got sandwiches and coffee. Well, it turns out that it was a guy that wanted to see Mark. And I went out to see him. I said, can I help you? And he said, yeah, I'm here to see Mark Sims. And I said, Mark's on the air right now. And I said, I'll let him know that he's here, or that you're here. And I walked into the newsroom, and what must have been within earshot of this guy, I told him, I said, Mark, there's some guy, he looks like Elmer Fudd. He's standing outside. He wants to talk to you. And Mark's eyes get huge, and he grabs me by the arm, and he takes me into the entryway, and he said, Donald, I'd like you to meet the junior senator for the state of Connecticut, Joseph Lieberman. And I learned a valuable lesson that day. Don't be cocky. So you guys are on now the threshold of the start of a wonderful career. You will have so many great stories to tell. You're going to have so many great places you're going to see. You'll be able to take what we gave you here and move it on to the next level. And I applaud you. Congratulations. Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you very much, Don. One of the instructors from this class is here tonight, a guy in the business, a guy very successfully in the business, and somebody that I think can talk a little bit about what's next as you step out on your way to get involved, get in, and grow your career. So let me bring up one of your favorite instructors, Trey the Chocolate Job.
Thank you. Good evening. How's everybody? All right. First of all, I want to congratulate all of the graduates here. I have to like these people because the Bulls game is on, like right now. Congratulations to you all. I didn't prepare a speech or anything like that. They just asked me to talk, which I just learned a lesson that you all should pick up on. Sometimes you'll be asked to do something real quick in the broadcasting business, and you got to be ready to do it, unlike I am right now. But just remember to stay on your toes, learn the valuable lessons that was taught to you in class. Smile when you talk. Remember, you can't be late to your jobs now. There's no makeup assignments. That assignment is due at 6:30. It has to be done at 6. I'm happy. I don't want to shed a tear. But I am happy that, this was the first class that I taught here at ICB, and to see them a year later doing their own interns, working on the air in certain places, just networking throughout the business. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like, the money that I earned wasn't just money that I earned. That it's actually paying off on certain students. And I have like a personal relationship with a large number of them. We always talk and texting and just all of that. So congratulations. Congratulations to you all. And you all need anything, of course, feel free to reach out to me. And anyway, just make sure that everything your instructors, including me, everything everybody taught you here at ICB, that you all use that in the real world, because it's now to utilize that. It's now time to showcase your skills and let everybody know, this year wasn't a year that you all just wasted. It's time now to go get it. Go be hungry and hustle and do the things that you need to do. So congratulations to you all. Go Bulls. We'll watch the game now. Congratulations to you all. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you, Trey. We have here at ICB, on the instructor side and on the staff side, people, and we're proud to say this, who have actually gone through the life of broadcasting, started as broadcasters, made their careers as broadcasters, and now are teaching here or working as staff members. They are seasoned broadcasters who bring a lot of experience, a lot of understanding, and a lot of wisdom to trying to develop students and help them into the world of media. One of those is our co-education director, Wendell Ray, and I think that this is about the time to bring Wendell up and have him tell you a little bit about his career and also add to the fact about what it is you're going to face when you step out there into what I call the cold world, and upper management tells me never to refer to it as that ever again. Wendell, come on up.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming, and congratulations to all of you. I've been here just in this capacity for about 2.5 months, so I have had an opportunity to meet tonight's graduates and work with them a little bit on their careers and what they want to do. But I just want to say, now I greet you as colleagues, not as students and people who are learning and now in the business legitimately, and join us all in the ranks of broadcasters. And I would just say to you that remember what it was that brought you here to Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Most of you had some vision of where you wanted to be in terms of you saw yourself doing something or being someone in this industry, and I just want you to hold on to that as you walk now in search of employment, in search of that first career position. Because it's not necessarily where you start, but it's where you end up. And you never know what door will open for you, where you will end up. And I always tell everyone that the best job is the one that's being offered to you. So take it and seize the moment. All of you have talent. I've seen things that you've done and heard you and watched you. So I know that you can do it. Just remember, as Don said, to stay humble. I've had a long career. I started doing this when I was 17, and I was doing things, and when I was 17, interviewing people, celebrities and people in the know, people in high positions, and one of the things that always astounded me was that you would meet celebrities. I used to cover the Indianapolis Colts, and I covered Peyton Manning when he was a rookie, Marshall Faulk, who are now a Hall of Famer, Reggie Miller, and they were always very humble people. But a lot of my colleagues who were holding the mic in front of them along with me were some of the most arrogant people you would ever want to meet. And I'm just saying, you know, remember to stay humble like you are, because you don't want to end up like that, because people watch you. You're going to now be an example for others who may want to aspire to be where you are at some point. And if they stick out their hand and say, hey, I'd like to be where you are, take the time to talk to them, as someone will talk to you as you're moving forward in your career. So congratulations to you all. You've got what it takes. Some of you are already doing it. I'm sure you'll be very successful. Congratulations to your loved ones for being here and supporting you throughout this process. And if there's anything I can ever do for you, just give me a call. Thanks again, and congratulations to you.
Now, I should tell you that some time ago when I had hair, and it was Sandy Brown, I met a guy in town who had jet black hair, and it wasn't as seasoned, salt and peppered as it is today, from Rockford, the market he started in. I started in a small one too. And he made his way up through television, doing any number of things. He is one of the most versatile guys I know. We worked together at Channel 5 for many years. He can shoot, he can write, he can edit, he can produce, he can direct. He worked for the Jerry Springer Show and was very highly regarded there. He is now with us at ICB, has been around a long time, knows everybody and is actually, in this extolling speech I'm giving to introduce him, a very close friend of Moses. So let me bring up Bill Natale.
Well, at least I wasn't sacrificed. I'm here. But what I can say is I've had a chance to work with a few of the students on a couple of, their aspirations and their projects, and talk with them and work with them. And this is it's really a great business. It's the kind of business where you go to work and you kind of say to yourself, am I getting paid for this? I'll give you an example real quick. When I was about 21, I had a chance to work for WGN for a 90-day period of time. They told me flat out, it's going to be 90 days. That's all it's going to be. But would you like to work for us for 90 days? And I said, sure. And that actually led to other TV stations. But I wound up working Cubs baseball, White Sox baseball, Bozo the Clown. I mean, I could go on, Frazier Thomas. Some of these names mean nothing to many of the young people here, but hopefully it means something to some of the people more my age, let's put it that way. And Phil Donahue, too. I actually had a chance to work with him a little bit, too. But I remember my dad, who was a fireman, and that was really hard work. I mean, it was back-breaking work at that time. He was in a district that got fires anywhere from 3 to 4 every day. Twice he almost lost his life fighting those fires. He was hospitalized. I mean, but he loved it. I mean, he loved what he did, and he had a passion for it. And that's what I think you got to have. You have to have a passion for doing this. But I remember bringing him to the WGN truck, and Arnie Harris, maybe that name means something to somebody here, but Arnie Harris was the director, and he's in the Hall of Fame, and in fact is a television director. Anyway, I can remember someone yelled out 3 minutes to air, and my father immediately said, oh, I've got to get going. And Arnie turned to him and said, well, that's a lifetime in TV, so no, just take your time and enjoy the little tour. Afterwards, I met my dad for a beer across the street at the Cubby Bear. And I can remember him looking at me and just shaking his head, and he said, and they pay you for this. They pay you to do baseball. And I said, yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? And he goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, it is pretty cool. He said, so don't ever forget that. Don't forget that you're in something you love doing. Stick with it. And that was great advice, because after the 90 days, I did have to go to a very small market, and I had to make very little money. But I learned a lot of things that I didn't learn at WGN. So there was one thing I wanted to do real quick. You're all going to be moving from this, to the broadcast world. And these are all graduates that have graduated within the last year. So let me play a couple of these for you.
Hi, my name is Nakia Nichelle, and I started at ICB March 2012. And before I left ICB, I've been working at Total Traffic Network for Clear Channel Broadcasting. I was only out of school for about 4 months, and I've been able to advance my career. I think that ICB is a great place to start anything that you want to do in broadcasting. Even though I had a little bit of leverage before I started, and I was doing things within the business before I started,
Well, I think that one embodies it all. So I don't think I need to play the others. But the point is, I had three graduates on there in less than a year out of school, all with positions in the business. One's a PA for the Whitney Reynolds Show, which is produced by WTTW, also produced for High School Cube. Nakia is doing Total Traffic, and the third student is also working in the business as a associate producer. So my point is this: you came here, you worked really hard to get through this, okay? So, you know, don't give up the dream. I mean, you know, if you want to be a producer, or you want to be a camera operator, or you want to be an editor, or whatever it is, then go for it. You know, make your opportunities, network as much as you can with people, and get the encouragement of your family here and your friends, and keep going, because, you know, it's a little tough in the beginning, but if you stick to it, you know, and I've done this now for 40 years, you know, so you know, so Moses was there with me for the journey at the start. But my point is, you stick to it, you know, you find out that you have some great moments. And a few years ago, I made a comment to my daughter, who's a teacher with the Chicago Public Schools. I said, she said something to me, Dad, you think, are you doing anything that where you might get another Emmy? And I said, oh, you know, I think I'm probably too old for that. And she looked at me, she said, that's a terrible attitude. You should never say that. And 8 months later, I got asked to direct a documentary where we went over to India, which won an Emmy. So the point is, you're never too old to start, and if you're never too young either to start. I think Wendell said he started at 17. I mean, that's young. That's you know, that's starting pretty young. So again, just go for it. Go for the dream. Stick to it. You'll be fine. Congratulations.
Thank you, Bill. And now we come to the highlight of the evening. If I can get Vanessa Hernandez up here. What we will do is hand out the diplomas. I'll hold the mic, and Vanessa will do the handing out.
Congratulations, October Nights 2012.
October Nights 2010, there is one thing I should tell you. Along with these diplomas, 2013, excuse me. I live in memories. There's one thing I should tell you. With these diplomas goes an exit survey that we are required to hand out by the federal government. Now you may say, why is it that you are required to hand out this? Well, we are required to hand out this to get your opinion of the school, and also we have to do it on graduation. You may say, why, Mr. Finney, did the federal government require you to do it on graduation? I don't know. I suspect that's why most people who we elected to office shut it down. But nevertheless, may seem odd, but we got to do it. So it will be part of your, it'll be part of the handout. And if you could fill it out and give it back to Vanessa, that would be great. And thank you very much. Now, Vanessa.
First up is Nicholas Gallo.
Congratulations, Nick.
You want to take a picture of all of your
We would be remiss if we didn't note that Nick got an interview with Jennifer Hudson.
Krista Cook. Jeremy Jones. Kenya Wright.
Kenya, congratulations.
Demario Hall. Barry Kelly.
We're good, sir.
And Erica Jackson.
Congratulations. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our graduation ceremony. Let's give a big hand to the graduating October Nights class 2013. Thank you all for coming, and there will be some refreshments in a few minutes, so please enjoy yourselves.
Everybody hold them things up. Hold them things up. Hold that thing up, man. Let's do this. I gotta get everyone. Yeah, this is time we take all that off. Yeah, you take all that off.